Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival Series. I wanted to start today's episode in front of our copper house because as I was making a few trips back and forth from the village, I noticed that this really cool gradient is starting to form on the roof, and I just wanted to point it out. I thought it looked really awesome. It kind of goes with the shape of the roof. But today we are flying away from our valley out to the middle of nowhere because we are setting up a hostile mob farm. Now, of course, we have our creeper farm, we have our very old zombie spawner down underground, and then of course in the nether we have our gold farm and our pending wither skeleton farm. But I want an all-around mob farm. We have lots of Fletchers over in our trading hall. They have a great deal on rotten flesh. Bones are always useful, especially here at the tree farm. And of course, string is quite useful as well. And we will get a little bit of extra gunpowder, if I'm not mistaken, which never hurts. So we can fly in a number of directions. We could head towards spawn. I know there is a big ocean over here. I don't want to go too close to our base in case we end up expanding in that direction. I think spawn would be a good place to build this. Now, it won't stay loaded in even if it is in the spawn chunks. We will still have to AFK at it, but that's okay. We have plenty of time to do that. I just want to make sure that we have easy access, but that it isn't too close to our base. Now, we don't want to build this too close to the creeper farm, and we certainly don't want to build it too close to dry land. So we are going to go out here a little ways and try to find a good spot for this in the middle of the ocean. I think maybe right over here. We even have some kind of column right here. This may have been where we initially planned to build our creeper farm. Actually, no, this is from when I was bringing some new wolf variants back. They couldn't make it all the way across the water, so I had to build this dry platform, but this is actually perfect for us. We will set up our hostile mob farm right here. We should be far enough away from the land over there that won't be a problem. Even if it is, we shouldn't hopefully get too many mob spawns coming from there. And if we do, we can always go and mob proof that shore right there. This mob farm design comes from Shulkercraft. I will link the tutorial for this down below if you want to also see how to build this. But we're just going to get started right away with our collection mechanism. Our redstone chest was very useful for this, and I have gathered up all of the materials that we are using. It was really nice to just be able to grab everything and not have to craft a bunch of observers or redstone repeaters or anything like that. Also, since the last episode, I did revisit our wool farm, which has kind of gotten out of control. I made colored shulker boxes for all of the different colors of wool, and almost every single one is completely full, and we still have some more wool rolling in. So we are gonna have wool for a very long time. I did trade some of the white wool because we had 5 shulker boxes full of it. I traded some of that to the villagers and got some emeralds for that. So we are doing pretty good there, but yes, we certainly have a lot. I don't know what we are going to do with stuff like lime or magenta wool, but I'm sure we will find a good use for it. So let's grab some of our main blocks. We're using cobblestone. We had the most of this, and I didn't want to use netherrack again. We used that for the creeper farm, and really, I'm not even that happy with it. It is a pretty ugly block, but I know that we needed the gunpowder at the time, so that is why we opted to use the netherrack instead of going out to get a bunch of blocks. But we have a lot of cobblestone, so we are going with this. So this is our collection mechanism. The mobs will spawn from up above. They will fall down here. We are going to cover these hoppers with soul campfires. That will kill them pretty quickly, and all of their droppings will end up in all of these chests right here. hopefully a day of AFKing will fill all of those chests pretty full. And then we are going to have a water platform right here, so the mobs will spawn in, they will flow off of the platforms that they spawn on down into this larger platform that will push them towards those soul campfires. Now, when I was reading in the comments of this video tutorial, I did see that some people pointed out there are a few modifications that we do need to make for the newer versions, but not anything that should be too costly to us, so that won't be a huge issue. But this is, again, that platform that will push all of them towards the middle. We are going to have a border of glass that goes around the edge that will hold all of our water in. So that looks something like this. We will have water in the corners, it will be all along the edge right here as well, and that will flow towards the middle, but it won't flow on top. So now it is time to start working on all of our spawning platforms. These are going to be a little bit smaller than this bottom platform, and we need to actually grab out some of our resources here, the observers and the dispensers, and these are going to be placed like this. We will have a dispenser facing up, and then we will have our cobblestone platform that goes out in all directions, just like this, and then we will connect it diagonally like that and fill in between here. So the dispenser will have a bucket of water inside. It will be on a redstone clock, and occasionally, not always, but occasionally, it will fire the water out of the dispenser on all of the platforms. So the mobs will spawn on the dry blocks, and then once the dispensers fire and shoot out all of that water from them, all of the mobs will flow off of each of these spawn platforms, which we will have about 10 of them, and they will flow out, fall down to this big platform here, and then that is how they get pushed to the middle. So it really is a pretty basic farm overall, but an effective one, to say the least. So then we will have a observer that faces down right here, and we will have another dispenser on top of this observer facing up, and now we just repeat this process until we have about 10 of these platforms. I'm gonna do that off camera, I don't want to bore all of you to death, but when we are back, we should be close to having a fully running farm. I will see all of you very soon. And all 10 of the platforms are finished. You can see all the way from the bottom. In fact, we can go ahead and fly away to get a better view at this. It actually isn't that large of a farm yet. We are about to add the roof because there's a lot of light getting on these platforms right now. At the moment, this farm would really only work at night, so we are going to put a really big roof on this thing, and that will make it nice and dark inside of here so that those mobs can spawn continuously. We are going to do one more row of the dispenser and observer, so we will place that right there. We will hop up here, place one more dispenser facing up, and now we will go ahead and grab out all of our slabs from our shulker box here and get to work on the giant roof, which will extend out in 21 blocks in every direction. Just like that, and now the fun part. We get to fill in this entire platform with all of our slabs. So this will take me a little while. I will meet all of you right back here once we are finished, and then we will start working on some of the more intricate stuff and the redstone circuit at the top. Alright, I'll see all of you real soon. And the roof is now finished. It definitely took a while. We can't even see the farm from the edge of it. That is how large this roof actually is, but it will serve a great purpose. So now we are going to work on the redstone clock, the circuit that will fire the dispensers every time we want the mobs to flow off the platform. So we are just going to place a few slabs on each side here and fill in one more row along that, and a single slab right there, and then we will grab out all of our other items, our redstone items here, and make our clock. So we will have our lever placed down right here, a comparator, and we will go ahead and turn that on, and then we will put a redstone dust right there, and we will place all of our repeaters, including on top of the dropper right there, going down that row, and then we will turn them and they will go back like this as well. I believe we set a 4-tick delay on all of these as well, and we will connect that end up with redstone. So now we will go through and make all of these delayed. So with that taken care of, we can make our way back down inside of the farm, where we will place down our water and our campfires. I probably should have thought this through a little bit better. Of course, with the roof, we now have a lot of hostile mobs down on the inside. We are going to place some torches down, but I think we are going to have to fight off a few mobs, that's for sure. I think what we will do though is we will kind of get to these levels where we can safely do so without any mobs. The thing I'm most worried about are creepers. As long as we don't have any of those though, I think we will be okay. But we do have a few. We're just gonna run around here. We can always fly away and have all of them despawn. I think that's what we will do. It might be a little bit safer. Of course, the firework rockets are not in our hotbar, so let me see if we can get far away. I do see them. I'm really worried about creepers here, but there we go. We have made our escape. That was exciting, that's for sure. And again, I think we will just go into all of these levels now and place down torches where we can. Of course, once we activate the farm for the first time, the water will break all of the torches, so that won't be a problem for us. Lots of creepers on that level. We are going to skip that for now. And lots right there as well. I think we are safe though. Needless to say, the farm works. So that is exciting. And it looks like we did have a creeper explosion. Unfortunately, we will have to repair that. But we're going to fly away, let some of those mobs despawn, and then we will get back in there and finish up the farm. Alright, good as new, and there was one torch that I accidentally placed on the side right up there. We will have to remove that. The water will not flow over the edge of the farm. It will only flow up to the end of the cobblestone right there. But now we are going to make an infinite water source right down here. I think we can do that. Well, we need to place in our soul campfires first. Let's get those into place here. There we go. So all of those are down. That will kill those mobs pretty quickly. Now we can get to work on our water. Of course, we have plenty right down there in the ocean as well, but we are going to make an infinite water source here. There we go. And we will fill in all of the corners of the farm right up here. Just like this, we will hit all 4 of them. And then we will again fill in along the edges right here. And we just want to make sure that the entire platform gets covered with water and that it all flows towards the campfires. And there we have it. All of our base platform water is into place. Now the final step is to fill up each dispenser with a water bucket and turn on the clock at the top, and then we will build our AFK platform above this farm and it will be finished. So we are very close. Now we just need to work our way. I think it will be easier if we start from the top and work our way down, but we need to fill up all of our buckets first. And I also want to empty out the chests right down here. I'm sure they're full of all kinds of random items. Yes, they are. I just want to empty those out so that when we start this farm and we start the timer, we know exactly what we are getting from all of that. So let's fly up to the top. Let's work our way down. It looks like we have some rain showers that have moved in. No worries. And we will just break through the ceiling right here with our slabs in hand, and we will start filling in or filling up all of these dispensers with our water buckets, just one at a time. Again, the torches, we will leave those for now. They will naturally break once we go to activate the water. that will flow and break all of those torches. And I do hear some mobs spawning. I don't know where they are. Hopefully they could be on the next platform down. We will just proceed with caution here. Looks like we are okay. They're not on this platform either, but they are definitely getting louder. I don't think they are on this platform either, so they must be on that very bottom platform. And sure enough, there they are, but no creepers, so we can take them. So with our last water bucket, we will get that put into our dispenser. They are all loaded. We can go activate the clock. That will start the water process. Of course, we are not in our AFK spot quite yet, which means we won't necessarily start having all of those mobs spawning to the max level. But what we can do is work on that right now. So we are just going to go to the middle of the farm right here, and we are going to place all of our scaffolding right in the middle, 92 blocks of it. And we do have a thunderstorm. There's not anything in the area that will burn. I don't think, well, maybe the scaffolding does, I don't know. But scaffolding is cheap, we can replace that, but I think we will go ahead and sleep anyway. Plus, it will also prove that we can run this farm during broad daylight. So all of our scaffolding is into place. We are going to climb to the top of this, get a platform built with our slabs, and this farm should be fully operational. The clock is running. In fact, before we climb all the way to the top, let's fly away just so that we can see the water in action. So we can see all of these mobs spawning. I want to keep a little bit of a distance here, and pretty soon we should see that the water will go ahead and activate. Is that clock? Do we have to leave that lever on? I guess that's what happened. I didn't realize we had to leave that turned on. So now if we quickly fly away, we will see there goes the water. All of the mobs will slowly flow off. There we go, all the way down to the bottom. They will land on that kill zone. And yes, there we go. We have all kinds of mobs dying right down here. We even have a witch. The witch is drinking potions, but look at that. Already we have all kinds of loot pouring into here. We even got a music disc. I guess that is kind of funny. That must have been from a skeleton that was trying to shoot us, and it instead shot a creeper. That is definitely an unintended consequence. That will not happen in the future. Okay, the clock is still running. I was a little bit confused why it was all lit up like that. But here we go again. That water should pour out. And of course, we don't have nearly as many mobs. Some of those spiders are trying to stay on the platform, but they are struggling to do so. Once we get up to our AFK spot, we will see if we can land on it. Probably not. This could get tricky. Oh yes, there we go. All right, I've never been too good at landing on scaffolding from Elytra, but there we go. That saved a little bit of time. Now, we should be getting maximum spawnage from all of those mobs. Let's get our slabs placed down right up here. We will just do a 5x5 platform. It doesn't really need to be any larger than that. We will build an indoor space for this. That way we can protect ourselves from phantoms. But aside from that, this farm is fully operational. And I guess we built one extra row in that direction. That's okay. So we will make our little room right in here. Get some blocks placed down. And we will do another row of bottom half slabs, again, to prevent any mob spawns. Not that it would be a problem right up here. In fact, it really isn't at all. So we can just do standard blocks as the roof. I don't have enough slabs anyway. We just need a door on here and then we should be good to go. But I do not have any resources to build a door. So for now, we will just close it off the old-fashioned way. Just like that, we'll get a torch in here so it is lit up for us. And now we will start the timer. I will meet all of you right back here in 1 hour, and we will take a look at how many items we got. Alright, it has been a little under 1 hour, about 56 minutes, but that is close enough. The sun is rising over on the horizon, and it is time to head down to our collection area and see how many mob drops we have come away with. My guess is quite a bit. It looks like there are occasionally some spiders. I think we may want to stand back while some of those mobs die off. Occasionally some spiders that escape, but that is not a big deal because we have not one, not two, but three, well, sort of full. 2 large chest fulls plus this chest here in the middle. I bet if we were to move all of these items over to the adjacent chests, it would fill them up. So basically 2 large chest fulls of items, which is absolutely incredible, including lots and lots of gunpowder, which is really nice. Our firework rockets shulker box in the ender chest was running a little bit low. It is nice to have that gunpowder to replenish our supply. So I'm going to organize these items a bit in some shulker boxes, and we will head back home and recap. So we have made it back home. We have all of our shulker boxes with our brand new loot. Those are all of the arrows that we came away with. All of our gunpowder right here and some of the bones. We did get a couple raw chickens from the occasional chicken jockey that spawned. All of our rotten flesh and a few more bones. And all of our string and a few more bones as well. We will put all of these items away if we can get them to fit, which we may have to leave some of them in our shulker boxes. The rotten flesh, of course, we can go trade right away to the Fletchers, but I think we might be able to get all of it to fit in our storage right here. And we will have 28 left over. Not a problem, we can go trade that. The gunpowder though, of course, I am very excited to have all of this. And all of these bones, a lot of them we will probably turn into bone meal and then into bone blocks from there and use that for building. We could even go put them into our automated crafter at the iron farm if we really wanted to, or we could just step over here to the crafting table, make a handful of bone meal, and turn all of that into some bone blocks. We will put those away in there. I still have a lot more bones to go through. And then lastly, our string, which is useful for making things like tripwire hooks, crossbows, and things of that nature. Fishing rods if we wanted to make more than enough fishing rods. As for these arrows, we are just gonna store them inside of that shulker box. We already have plenty of them. I don't even know what we are gonna do with them at that point. I don't think the Fletchers buy them. I think they sell them. So we are sort of in a bind with those, but that's okay. But the rest of the shulker boxes are all empty. We can gather those up and return them to our ender chest. And that is where we will end the episode for today. If you enjoyed it, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. The video link is down in the description for the tutorial if you want to build that farm, as well as some other important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. But with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!